Well, we're back at it again today. Episode number 52 of Wednesday Afternoon with SaleenDriver. I felt like a Mountain Dew Zero today, so I'll start with the Mountain Dew Zero before I switch over to the water. Let's see. Who's in here today? Well, looks like Sea Dog is here today. That's about it. Interesting. Hang on, let me fix up my windows here. Oh, good. Good. So far, so good. Okay, Shannon Mitchell is here today too. How you doing, guys? So, made it another week since the last live stream. I'm discovering that I like Mountain Dew once again. Since I'm too white, evidently, for Coca-Cola products. Since Coke has told all white people that they have to be less white. All the employees have to be less white. I guess that means all the customers have to be less white too. So at age 56 years old, I don't know how to do that exactly. So I guess I better stop drinking their products because I don't know how to do anything else other than be myself. So I'm just going to be me. And if that means I can't drink Coke products anymore because I'm too white, then I guess I'm not drinking Coke products anymore because I'm too white. Yes, Razorback fan. Yes, I am indeed 56 years old. I just turned 56 last month, about midway through last month. So I am, in fact, older than the Big Vol Daddy. That used to depress me, but does not depress me anymore. So, but I am older than BVD. I'm also older than Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete, Big Dog Brett, probably all of you. D4. I'm not older than Neo. I think there's one other guy in this little cavalcade of circus toys that I'm younger than, but definitely younger than Jesse J. Oh, what's up, Pizza Woman? Good afternoon and that to you. Mr. Sancho, good afternoon to you. Big Lee, what's up, man? Hey, Big Lee, you're not making videos anymore. Come on, you got to make some more videos. It can't be that hard to run down to the store and buy yourself some brews. So come on, you owe me a review of Sam Adams Ale and Rolling Rock. I made those requests weeks ago, sir. So I'm waiting for your review of Rolling Rock, Sam Adams. Oh, and Killian's Red. I wanted your review of Killian's Red, and I expect a shout out from you. And if those of you who are like to drink beer, go sub up Real Big Lee's channel. He's promised to do beer reviews constantly, and even though he's a misguided Georgia fan, he's good people. So give him a sub up. Mr. Sancho, thank you. I appreciate the belated birthday. Oh, Raj is here. Jesse J, what's up, my good friend? Let's see. Jerry Wells is here. Good afternoon to you. Shannon, Shannon Mitchell's here. Well, he's been here. Sorry. Let's see. Razorback fan wants to know if I'm going to the Swamp. I would like to go to a game this year. Let's see if the stadium is going to be open. I suspect it will be because, after all, the state of Florida is being run by adults. And we are an open state now. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Sorry. I forgot to start out the video like this. See? I have to start out the video like this because, we have to practice that social distancing and we have to practice all that other good stuff. So I have to at least start out the video wearing a mask, don't I? Right. Anyway, I got some trolling hate mail because of this mask from the last video. Some really inventive stuff. Calling into question, I believe. Let's see. One comment called into question, of course, my intelligence. One commenter called into question if I was truly a real Jew, because real Jews all vote Democrat, which is not true. One called into question my patriotism and my actual lineage, whether or not I was an actual citizen. And one guy went after my mother. Yeah. My mother is a perfect being, sir. I hope you're watching, by the way. My mother is a perfect being created by God, and she knows what you said about her. Expect the wrath of my mom to come down upon you with great and furious delivery. Don't cross my mother. There's a reason why Jewish men are still afraid of their mothers, even into their 50s. Don't go tempting fate, sir. Do not tempt that fate. But anyway, I digress. Let's see. Albert, I do not know if the swamp is going at 100%, because even though the swamp is located in the state of Florida, which is run by adults, it's also located in the city of Gainesville, which is run by college children. So, Gainesville is sort of a liberal enclave in the middle of North Florida. So even if the state is open, Gainesville will probably look more like California than it will Florida. So your guess is as good as mine, I hope it's at, at least 75% capacity. I'll try to go to a game. Raj. I do know that there's no spring game this year for the Gators because the swamp is being used for COVID testing and vaccine distribution purposes. I mean, why not? It's a big stadium in the middle of a good sized city. Why not use it as a point for testing purposes? I mean, why not? So that's important to get that done, so that we can hurry up and get this over with. So sacrifice a spring game for the greater good and get the COVID part under control, so that even the liberal panty waists will feel safe at some point, or at least safer. Maybe they might come scurrying out of their apartments for 10 minutes instead of hiding in there playing Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway. Let's see. Razorback fan says people on the internet will say anything. That is very true. Jesse J, of course, comes up with the right. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, fuck them all. Yeah. Wilkie's here. How you doing, sir? How you doing? Yes, Big Lee. I know that they are watching. I don't care if they are watching. Last I looked, the Constitution was still in effect, at least for a little while longer, until Commie Harris and all the rest get a hold of it. So freedom of speech is still in effect. And even if this video is demonetized because I speak my mind, oh well. Hope it isn't, but you never know. Pizza, I deleted the troll comment, all those troll comments, and I blocked the comment account. So I don't remember who they were. I see that one troll has shown up and given me a thumbs down already. I do have 6 thumbs ups, which is good. I hope that comes up a little higher. But the trolls will troll. I know that's going to happen. So whatever. Let's see. SEC Dog is here. He's making a crass comment about the swamp. That will get you timed out, sir. So be nice about what you say about my beloved swamp, as opposed to that ramshackle looking piece of crap building that your team plays in. With those weeds growing up around the walls. I mean, the walls are so ugly they planted weeds to hide them. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What other good? Georgia Forever's here. Good afternoon to you too, sir. I'm wearing shorts today, Razorback. That's very funny. Pizza Woman says, okay, well, responding to the fact that I forgot who the trolls were, she says, fuck them anyway. But yeah, absolutely. No, I've had this microphone, Wilkie. I've had this microphone for a while. I mean, it's the same microphone I've had for, I think, 6 months. It's I can't pronounce the name. It's Maono, Manono, whatever. Same microphone I've had forever. It's a little higher today because I didn't push it down like that. Usually it's down here where you can't see it, but no, same microphone. It works great. Right now it's deciding to act up a little bit. Hang on a minute. I got to tighten this. And tighten that. There we go. Something like that. Anyway, sorry. Hope that didn't hurt anybody's ears while I was farting around with that thing. Yeah, Pizza, there was no morning show today, so stop it. Just because I screwed up on one doesn't mean I'm going to screw up on them all. Anyway, what's going on out there in the world? What do you want to talk about today? I got some time. Family's doing real well. Let's see. I just helped my older daughter get her car fixed recently. She had a little problem with the accessory belt. We got that taken care of. The younger daughter is starting the oh, you meant Morning Wood? Okay. I missed that show. I was doing something else. My younger daughter is going to come back. She was just here this past weekend. She's going to come down this weekend from Gainesville. We're starting the process of getting her transferred from Santa Fe College up in Gainesville. She wants to go to USF in Tampa, so we have to find her a place to live. So we're going to go to Tampa over the weekend, and we're going to find a place for her to live, and hopefully sign the paperwork, because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the real estate market in the state of Florida has gone insane. As soon as apartments and condos and houses come up on the market for rent or for sale, I mean, they're snapped up real quick. So we gotta get her a place for the spring semester at USF, fall semester, I'm sorry, secured now, so that we can cross that off the list and concentrate on finishing up her schooling at Santa Fe. Raj. Oh, that felt good. So that's what's going to be occupying me for a little while, trying to get my younger daughter situated up at USF. But I've already told her I am not wearing green and gold. I'm not going to say go Bulls. I'm not going to, no, bullshit. Gator till I die. She can be a USF Bull if she wants to be a traitor, I say. But I will never betray Florida unless they hire Moose Dump in any capacity. I've already made that public record. Will Muschamp ever joins the Florida staff in any capacity, I become a UCF fan. I've already made that a public statement. I'll reiterate it. Or a USF fan now. I have a good reason to be a USF fan. And if Will Muschamp becomes a part of the Gator staff in any capacity, I will no longer be a Gator fan as long as he stays at the University of Florida. I will become a South Florida Bull fan. So I'm on record for that from months ago. I'll be on record for it now. Let's see. Baylor won the basketball championship. Yay. And another exciting news. Water is wet, the sky is blue, and the sun rises in the east. I don't care about college basketball. Never have. Even when Florida was winning back-to-back national championships, I didn't care. Was happy for the game, happy for the school, happy for the program, happy. But college basketball stimulates me exactly 0%. Rack Dog is here. How you doing, sir? Mike Vick is here. Well, fuck. How you doing, Mike? Hi, good to see you. Let's see. Jesse J says, talked to DJ David earlier. He had a safe trip and got moved in safely. He sounds excited and happy to be out of that shithole state of Oregon. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Anyone who can get the hell out of one of those blue city, blue state liberal hellholes and, back to a place of sanity is good for them. Let's see. Razorback asked me if I heard about former FSU wide receiver Travis Rudolph charged with murder. No, I didn't hear about that. Didn't know. I wonder if they'll rag him as hard as they ragged Hernandez. Probably not. Not unless it would, add some kind of, SJW component to the murder or something like that. I don't know. Sea Dog's back in the game. He made the first comment way up there and then disappeared, and now he's back in the game. Good. Oh, PW, I didn't know you lived in Tucson. I follow a YouTuber that I believe lives in Tucson area. Her name is Sarah. She does a car channel called Sarah and Tuned. That's Sarah with the letter N with a little apostrophe, Tuned. She does car videos, reviews, project cars, that kind of thing. And I believe she lives in Tucson. A lot of fun to watch her channel. I have to admit, I started watching her channel because, any time you see a very, very pretty girl working on cars, it's just for a car guy, that's like a unicorn. But I kept watching her channel because she was funny, and the project cars she was working on were very interesting to me. But a woman that loves cars is rare. A woman that loves cars and will work on her own cars, that's a unicorn, man. That you marry that woman. I don't care if I don't care if she's got a butterface. You marry that woman. Because at least you'll keep your cars running. Pizza, you probably have mentioned it before, but I'm old. I barely remember what I had for dinner last night. I think it was boiled shrimp. I boiled my own shrimp. Oh, that's it for the Mountain Dew. Switch over to the water. There we go. So, what do you think of my new hashtag down here? I hope everybody likes it, because it ain't going nowhere. Got to get rid of Grantham, but we also got to get rid of Mike White. I may not be the biggest basketball fan in the world, but if Florida basketball is going to do anything with itself going forward, we got to get rid of this this stiff walking around and walking around the sideline of our basketball court. This guy couldn't. This guy should not be coaching Division I basketball. I got to get rid of him. Funky Fudge is here. I'm about to defend my PhD thesis. Well, good luck with that. I have some PhDs in my family, so I know that defending your PhD thesis is a big deal. Now, I got a master's degree from the University of Florida. I had to write a master's thesis. I mean, it's not at the same level as a PhD thesis, but it was a big deal, coming out of a bachelor's degree. And I had to defend it in front of a committee. Now, my bachelor's degree was in political science. My master's degree was in administration. So I was in the poli-sci department at UF, and that whole department was loaded with leftists. I mean, not quite at the Bernie Sanders level with one or two exceptions, but, left of center folks. And I've always been a conservative. Now I'm more of a libertarian, but it couldn't have been but maybe 2 or 3 students in the entire department that were conservative, and I was probably the most conservative of them. And in order for me to defend a thesis at the University of Florida, staffed by leftists, that took some doing. That was a very long afternoon for me. They peppered me with a lot of questions. I'm here to tell you. But in the end, I got my A. I got my degree. So it's not so bad, Funky Fudge. But definitely, I do wish you good luck. I mean, I know it's going to be nerve-wracking. Just know your material and be true to yourself, and you'll get through it. And I wish you Mazel Tov, which is good luck in Yiddish. Let's see. Jesse J says my CRS is bad as well. I don't know what CRS is, but if you could translate that, that would be nice. Pizza Woman says University of Arizona fired Sean Miller. Well, how do we end up keeping bad coaches at University of Florida and everyone else gets rid of their garbage? That's what makes me crazy. Michael Hogue is here. Yeah, I said it right. Hogue, not the other thing. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Steve Pearson's here, my very big contributor to making me laugh on Facebook Messenger. he always sends me good stuff. I should probably share some of that on my Facebook, but it's some good stuff he sends me all the time. CRS, can't remember shit. Okay, thank you, Jesse. See, I can't remember shit. I'm telling you. Let's see. Well, we got 14 folks in here, which is good. I thank you. Got 8 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down. So a couple of trolls are here. They need to work harder. Raj. Raj again. Boy, that Mountain Dew is some good stuff, isn't it? I want to mention real quick, as I always do, that appreciate everyone being here, of course. Super chat function is available at the bottom of the chat window. If anyone is moved to do such a thing, that's fine. The PayPal link is in the description. If one of the mods could grab that and post it, that would be nice. And then every once in a while, maybe post it again. I would be most appreciative. Has anyone seen Caleb in here? Wanted to get an update on his GoFundMe for his father, maybe get an update on his father. So if anyone has seen Caleb around, or hopefully if he shows up, we can post that GoFundMe, or if somebody knows the GoFundMe page for Caleb's dad, maybe we could post that in the chat as well. Last week, when he told us about it, we managed to just in the little time we had here, we got his GoFundMe up about $300. So, that was really good. I know I contributed, Jesse did, a few other people did. Really appreciative of that. Let's see. Tyler Buckner, future Heisman winner, is in here. Saying hello to me, calling me America's coolest grandpa. Thank you, except technically I'm not a grandpa because neither one of my children, with both daughters, neither one of them are parents. So not really a grandpa yet. Not ready to be a grandpa at this age. Told my daughters to take their time breeding. That would be nice. But looking forward to becoming a grandpa at some point. Would love to have a grandson that I could take to Gator games with. Maybe some hockey games down in Fort Myers. That would be kind of fun. Let's see. Mike Hogue says, I was getting ready to ask me about Caleb's dad. I don't know. I mean, I was on a stream that Caleb was on a couple days ago. I think it was Jesse's stream. And Caleb said his father was doing a little better, and his GoFundMe was, had gotten up there a little more in terms of money contributed to it. So, but I was glad to hear that his dad was doing a little better. Wilkie says, if I want to be a part-time dad, I'm a full-time dad already. He has 2 kids that I could be a grandpa. No, thank you. I appreciate that, Wilkie. I really do. But I'm sort of enjoying not dealing with little rugrats for the moment. So I'll deal with the rugrats when they come, but I'm not going to go out looking for them. You know what I mean? Raj, but thank you, though. I appreciate your faith in me. Hey, I mean, in this day and age, in the 21st century, I managed to get 2 girls from 0 to, one is now 23. The other one will be 20 next month. So 0 to 20 and 0 to 23 years. Neither one of them on drugs. Neither one of them drinking. Neither one of them pregnant. And neither one of them dropped out of school. I consider that in this day and age a victory, or a series of victories. Especially the pregnant part. Because, I'll give you a good example. I went to a high school here in Riverview High School in Sarasota, Florida, which was about 10 or 11, 12 years ago, something like that, knocked down and completely rebuilt. And when they rebuilt it, believe it or not, you love this, they built into the high school a daycare center. Now, you may or may not think daycare center, okay, the teachers need daycare for, no. The daycare center is for the students' children. The daycare center is run by professionals for the children of the students of the high school. Let that sink in for a minute, my friends. Let that sink in for a minute. My old high school was rebuilt, and rebuilt with a purposely planned into the plans, built into the school from the ground up. This was a completely new high school built. And they purposely designed in a dedicated daycare center for ages 0 to, I believe, 5, for the students' children. Let that sink in. How far? I want you to go look up. I'll give you all a homework assignment. Some of you may be too young for this, but I'm not. Go look up a gentleman named Daniel Patrick Moynihan. He's an old senator from way back when. He's long dead now. He coined a phrase, defining deviancy down. Why don't you go look that phrase up and tell me that we haven't defined deviancy down in the intervening 50 odd years since he said it. My high school has a dedicated daycare center, not for the children of the teachers and staff, but for the students that attend the school. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see. Let's catch up here. Let's see. Pizza Woman says she's back. I didn't know you left. Mr. Hogue says, Saleen, I don't know about you. I don't know you very well, but I'm pretty sure that you did a fantastic job raising your daughters to be great young women. I tried, sir, especially after a certain point in time where my ex-wife sort of just checked out. Maybe that's too harsh, but after a while, I literally had my one daughter full time. I mean, she never went to her mom's house. And the ironic thing was I was still paying child support. But there's a story behind that, but I won't bore y'all with it unless you really want to hear it. But let's see. Big Lee says, kid raising kids. Exactly right. Kids raising kids. Jesse J says, my high school was like that. Daycare for the students' kids. No shit. Yeah, well, it kind of surprised the hell out of me. Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned that way, but when my younger daughter told me about that, because my younger daughter, both my daughters went to a high school here in town, which was a magnet school, smaller high school, and they had programs that you were required to go into a program. They call it CTE. I forgot what that meant, but you had various things you could go into. One of them was early childhood development. You could literally become certified to become a preschool teacher at the end of 2 years. Both my children went through that, and now my older daughter is going to become a teacher at the end of this year. And my younger daughter wants to go into child therapy or speech pathology. She hasn't decided yet. But both of them had to do a rotation at my old high school as part of their daycare staff. And that's how I found out that my old high school has a dedicated daycare in it. I guess it's not something you advertise or anything, but it shocked the hell out of me. Woogie says, I can't handle the neighborhood boy wanting to play with my 7-year-old. Oh, it's starting young, isn't it? Bet you can't wait till that little girl grows up to be dating age. You're gonna look like this, sir. You're gonna look like this. Mike Vick says, you haven't done any of those things. You're a funny guy. Let's see. PW says, my high school did that because they offer an early childhood course. Yeah. That's becoming prevalent. Real Big Lee makes a good point. Teachers got to spend $500 a month for daycare, but the kids get it for free. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be particularly fair. I would make that in-school daycare available for both staff and students. Jojo Bugs is here. Good afternoon to you, sir. Good to see you. PW says it's warm here. It's 84 right now. Might as well be summer. It's in the low 80s here in Florida too, but the humidity's low for the time being. But towards the end of the week, the humidity is going to pick up, so it's going to feel like 90 pretty soon. Let's see. Rogie says his kids are 7-year-old girl, 4-year-old boy. Well, I guarantee that little girl, if that little girl of yours, Rogie, doesn't have you wrapped around her finger by now, it's coming. It's definitely coming, sir. Trust me, I know. C-Dog says he went to a magnet program. What'd you study at your magnet school, C-Dog? Be curious about that. I wish I had the opportunity to go to a magnet school when I would have gone right for auto shop. I absolutely would have gone for auto shop. I had the opportunity to take auto shop at a vocational school down the road from my high school. My dad wouldn't sign the permission slip. He said, "You will not work with your hands. You will work with your head. You will not sign the permission." So I really wanted to learn how to work on cars. Maybe I don't make a living working on cars, but, it would be nice to know how to work on cars. It would be nice to know how to, do a brake job on my own without having to pay someone else to do it or something like that. But no, he wouldn't sign the permission slip. Always bothered me about that. I still haven't really forgiven him, I guess, but oh well. Let's see. Jesse J says the pollen is awful. You're in your pollen. We finally finished pollen season a couple of weeks ago down here. My car is one of my cars is still covered with pollen because I haven't had a chance to wash it. I'd love to wash it this weekend, but I'll be in Tampa all weekend. Raj. Oh, that felt good. Wilkie said, "Daddy's your 100%." Yep. Well, you just wait, sir. International studies, C-Dog. Okay, good. Oh, BVD's here. Good to see you, sir. He says, "I work on my car with a hammer and a bad attitude." Well, that would explain a lot, sir. But yeah, it's funny. Every time I see BVD in my comments or on screen or something, the first thing I think of is, "Damn, I'd like to go get some Chick-fil-A." I don't know why that is. I mean, he made too many videos about him going to Chick-fil-A, I guess. I don't know. Every time I see BVD, I want a Chick-fil-A sandwich. And now I want a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Thanks a lot, BVD. Let's see. C-Dog says, "I didn't wind up using any of it because I want to do construction work in the movie biz, but I did take an audio video class that helped with my YouTube channel." Well, good. I'm glad it helped somewhere. Let's see. Mike Hogue says, "Okay, I have to ask Saleen, what did Mike do to you to get him on your hashtag Fire Florida Coaches?" Mike White just proves to me every time I see him coach that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He roams around the sidelines. He looks like he's got a deer in the headlights look on his face, like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's lost recruits. That last game against the Toothbrush school absolutely proved that he doesn't know how to win a game. He just knows how to lose a game. That's obvious. And he might know how to not lose, but he doesn't know how to win. He doesn't know how to finish. And the fact that half the team has run away from the program. I mean, they've all entered the transfer portal, and they're leaving. He's deaf to the basketball program. If it weren't for the fact that Kentucky, for some reason, became the laughingstock of the SEC this year, it would have been Florida. So, get rid of him. He's a stiff. He doesn't need to be there anymore. He's wasting school money. If he had any self-respect, he'd quit and refund his salary for the 2020 season, 2021 season. He'd refund it back to the university because he's hopeless. Let's see. Really? I didn't know that. BVD says he hasn't been to Chick-fil-A in weeks. Well, why is that? Something changed? I don't know. I know BVD looks thinner now than he has since I've known him. I mean, he looks like he's lost. Yeah, you do look like you've lost a lot of weight, BVD, and you look better. I mean, you look healthier. So somebody must have gotten on your ass at some point and said, change things or you're going to die or something like that. I know that's what happened to me back in December. That's why things have changed in 2021 for me in terms of me being around the little not TTC that we have here. I haven't been on a lot of evening streams. That's going to change probably in May, where I could get back to some of the evening streams, and I'm missing some of the morning stuff because I had to make some changes. I suspect BVD had to make some changes too because he looks better than I've ever seen him. So I know I had to make some changes, and I feel a hell of a lot better than I've felt in a long time. Let's see. Mike Hogue says, why did you not have your cars in the garage? I always have my cars in the garage. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I had to back my one car out of the garage to shoot some of the videos I just shot recently, but there's never a time when my Saleen, at the very least, my Saleen is always garage kept. Always. It never stays out overnight, and if I can help it, it never stays out during the day. So I am not sure what you're talking about, sir. Jesse J says, try Zaxby's new sandwich. It's fucking amazing. No joke. I know it is. The problem, Jesse, is there's no Zaxby's in Sarasota. There's a Zaxby. There are a couple of Zaxby's in Bradenton, which is about 20 miles north of me, 15, 20 miles. But no Zaxby's have opened up in Sarasota yet. I'm not driving 15 miles for a sandwich. So when the Zaxby's comes to my town, I will go find it and partake. But until then, it'll just be someplace that if I'm on the road and I get an opportunity to go grab a Zaxby's meal, I'll do it. But hell, on the way back from the Slob Olympics, I stopped at a Zaxby's. I think it was in Forsyth. I stopped at Forsyth to get something to eat. So, which is in South Georgia, if anyone's familiar with it. But I stopped there, and the dining room was closed, so I had to eat in the parking lot. And because I was tired of sitting in the car, I literally ate standing up with my food on the trunk. I must have looked like an idiot, but I don't care. I mean, I never go to Forsyth, so I don't give a shit what they think of me there. They probably think, it's another crazy Floridian, whatever. Let's see. Rack Dog says, keep Grantham. Shut up, sir. Let's see. I got a question. Does anybody know, is Morning Wood pre-recorded or is that a live show? I'm confused by that. I'm not really sure if it's a live show or if it's pre-recorded. So I was curious about that. Let's see. PW, I believe Zaxby's is a Southern company, and it's based mainly in the Southeast. So I don't know that they've made it to the Southwest yet. I guess they will eventually. Morning Wood is pre-recorded. Okay, thank you, PW. I appreciate that. Let's see. Sippy is here. Haven't seen you in a while, sir. How you doing? You still pining for Southern Miss and all that? Yeah, Sippy is a Southern Miss fan. He's the only one I know of, actually. So I wonder. Let's see. Yeah, pre-record. Hardee's. I don't know. Rick Sanchez is here. That's good to see. How you doing, sir? Do we have a Hardee's around here? I don't think we have a Hardee's in this town either. You know what? I'm curious about that. Let me look that up real quick. Hang on. Hardee's. No, believe it or not, nearest Hardee's to where I am is. I didn't ask for Checkers. I don't know why it popped up a Checkers. Nearest Hardee's to me is in Tampa. Actually, more correctly, Ruskin, which is south of Tampa. There's a whole bunch of Hardee's along I-4 and in the middle of the state around Lakeland and let's see, Bartow, Lakeland, Seffner, Plant City, Wesley Chapel, Mulberry, St. Pete, but nothing. And then the nearest one to me, south of me, is Fort Myers. So no Hardee's around here for the old SaleenDriver. Oh, well, I know Hardee's makes some good biscuits. Jesse J told me so. Jojo Bugs, thank you for the super chat, sir. To my favorite UF fan, Family Feud teammate. Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I do. I'm looking forward to the next Family Feud. I hope All Blue does that again real soon. I guess Lou's back on the morning show tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Kind of miss that. Mr. Hogue says rallies or checkers. Checkers is okay. I know we have a couple around here. We don't have a rallies around here, but there are a couple of checkers around here. They're not bad. I haven't been to a Checkers in a while. Let's see, Carl's Jr. We don't have that here either. Sippy says Ward's is the best fast food. We don't have a Ward's here either. So, let's see. Albert Sancho says Hardee's usually on travel stops and gas stations. Yeah, that looks like it because there's a whole string of them along I-4 between Tampa and Orlando. But Mr. Hogue asks how long before you add Dan Mullen to the Fire Florida coaches list. Well, I don't know. Give him a couple more years of grace. Then I might add. Now I might replace Fire Grantham with Fire Mullen. I don't know. I don't blame Dan Mullen for the failures of the 2020 season. I blame Grantham. Mullen had a hell of an offense. He had no defense, and that falls directly on Grantham's shoulders. So I'm not blaming Mullen for Grantham's failures. Now, I blame Mullen and the AD for not firing Grantham at the end of the year, especially after that fiasco in the LSU game and then in the bowl game, complete collapse. But I think Grantham is on the hot seat. I hope he's on the hot seat. I pray he's on the hot seat. But I'm not ready to get rid of Mullen yet, but I am damn sure ready to get rid of Grantham. I guarantee you pretty much all of Gator Nation is ready to get rid of Grantham. Let's see. Rogie says McDonald's is the only fast food within 45 minutes of me. Oh, sorry for that, sir. Rick Sanchez says I need about 2,000 calories in my sandwich. That sounds good to me, sir. Definitely want to have lunch with you, then a nap. Not with you, but I'll have a nap after that kind of sandwich. Let's see. Big Dog Bread is here. Good evening to you. The champ is here. Everyone, hail to the champ. Now, let's see. Rat Dog says Hardee's should close every day at 10:30 a.m. Are you saying that Hardee's doesn't make good lunch? I don't know. I haven't eaten at Hardee's in forever. Let's see. Of course, Big Dog Bread has to come in with Keep Grantham, so we understand that. 44-28, sir. That's my response. I still get to say that until the next cocktail party when you beat us. So, next cocktail party, Georgia fans get their bragging rights back. But until then, you don't get them. But you will. Next cocktail party. The only way Florida is going to beat Georgia in the cocktail party in 21 is if JT Daniels goes down injured, which obviously I do not wish upon him. I do not wish any player gets injured. I wish Grantham would get injured, but that's another story. But I do not wish injury on any player, whether I like the team or not. But let's face it, the only way Florida is beating Georgia this year is if Georgia has an offensive collapse. And the only way Georgia has an offensive collapse is if JT Daniels doesn't play. So I called it very early. I called it back in January. Georgia is going undefeated this year. I don't see one loss on their season this year. And I'll expand on that more as the year goes along. But Florida can't beat Georgia this year. And I don't think Florida can beat Alabama, and I don't think Florida can beat LSU. I think Florida can win all their other games, but I don't think Florida goes better than 9-3 this year. So the SEC East is Georgia's to lose, and they won't. And I think Georgia takes the SEC championship outright this year. That team is loaded. You know, that team is scary good as long as they don't get hit by the injury bug. So, but until that time, sir, 44-28. Let's see. Jesse J says, me and Big Lee got our rooms booked for G-Day game. Good. I hope you have a great time. I'm waiting for the 2022 Slob Olympics announcement of what the day is and the hotel, and I'll make my reservations then, so I'll be ready to show up for the next Slob Olympics, and hopefully I can do more push-ups. So hopefully, Pizza Woman is here. So I got Pizza Woman and Pizza Woman here. So all right. Rack Dog makes a good argument. I mean, following the captain is responsible for the conduct of his crew kind of thing. The head coach is responsible for 3 losses in a row. It's his team, right? Yeah, you can make that argument. I would not dispute that argument, but there are reasons that Florida lost 3 in a row at the end of the season. And almost all those reasons point to a defense that never showed up for pretty much any game. And that goes to Grantham. So, I know that outside the program, everyone wants to, put a noose around Mullen's head. I think that's misguided at the moment. But if this keeps going for much longer, yeah, I could easily say, maybe it's time for Mullen to go and put someone else in his place. Right now, I'm not ready to say Mullen has to go. I'm saying Grantham has to go. And all the Georgia fans in here will back me up. Grantham is a stiff because he was a stiff at Georgia. So nobody at Georgia, other than the typical, keep Grantham forever because he's in Florida and we hate Florida, but they will all objectively say, yes, Grantham is the problem at the University of Florida, just like he was the problem at the University of Georgia. Brett has said that many times. Jesse has said that. Even Lou has said that. So, throwing the trash talking aside for the minute, it's obvious that Grantham is the main problem at UF, just like he was the main problem at Georgia. I mean, I've got Georgia fans telling me that. This is not SaleenDriver, the Florida fan, saying that. This is Big Dog Brett saying that. This is Jesse J saying that. This is Uncle Lou saying that. This is, hell, Pigskin Pete said it, and he's not a Georgia fan. He's certainly not a Florida fan. And come on, guys, put the trash talking aside for a second. I'm right. Let's see. Nate, the hopeful Wolverine fan who's never late but late today, says, what's up? Well, what's up back to you, sir? Jojo Bug says, don't jinx us, Saleen. There's no way that this old boy is going to jinx the University of Georgia, so come on, man. Mr. Hogue says, Saleen, you need to get up here to West Lafayette sometime. I can take you to Bruno's and get you some of their fried Bruno's dough. Okay. I'm down. Let's see. Rick Sanchez says UGA could lose that Clemson game, especially missing Pickens. Well, I guarantee you losing their number one receiver for the year didn't help them, but I still think Georgia could eke out that victory against Clemson. Big Dog Brett says you have to do at least 22. Well, I did more than 22 push-ups, Mr. Brett, because you inspired me to do that. I want to try and do 35. I figure go from 28 to 35 is reasonable if I work at it. And, I don't think anyone saw 28 coming out of me. So I think I was one of the bigger surprises of the Slav Olympics with that one competition. So, I'll do my best, but I'll definitely get to 22 because of what you said. And if you missed what Big Dog Brett said, there are videos of that all over the place, but Brett dedicated his push-ups, which he did the most of, I believe. He dedicated the first 22 push-ups he did to the statistic that said that 22 veterans every day commit suicide, which is a travesty and a tragedy and a national disgrace in this country, that we allow veterans of this country, people who gave everything to this country and are in pain or in anguish or in trouble, we allow them to kill themselves rather than help them. And yet we pour millions and millions of dollars into illegal aliens who are breaking federal law every day that they're here. And we give them money and we give them benefits and we give them sanctuary and shelter. And we do nothing for citizens of this country who fought and injured and bled and lost limbs and in some cases lost their minds defending this country that we live in. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. And Brett, in his own way, pointed that out. And thank you, Brett, for pointing that out to the people who didn't know. Now, I had read that statistic, and I knew of that statistic. I may have been the only one other than Brett there that knew that about the veterans, 22 a day killing themselves. I may or may not have been the only one who knew that day. But I guarantee you everyone at the Slav Olympics knew it when Brett said it, and it's on video. And y'all should watch that video because it's a powerful message. And it inspired me in that moment to make sure I did my best. Now, of course, Brett doubled me up pretty much, but, still, I mean, it was a fantastic message. And a salute to the big dog for that. So Big Dog Brett is a good human. Let's see here. P-Dub says, keep politics out of sports. No wonder why people want to boycott them. Oh, absolutely. Come on. Absolutely. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Grantham is the best coach at UF. And just after I said all those nice things about Brett, he goes and says something stupid like that. So, shut up. Shut up, Brett. Channeling my shut up, Meg. Let's see. Yeah, well, you see, now he agrees with me. Grantham is terrible. Mike Vick, another Georgia fan. Grantham sucks. Well, y'all are helping me make my case. No, Jesse, he cannot keep his fat ass down here. He needs to go. Send him back to Georgia. Let him wash Kirby Smart's car. Let's see. Where are we here? Thank you, Brett. 35 is a good number. 28 was impressive. I appreciate that. I think 35 is a good target for me to shoot for. I got to tell you, those last two were really hard to get. It hurt. I got to admit, the chest muscles and the arm muscles ain't what they used to be. That's true. Let's see. Oh, absolutely, Brett. I mean, we should be talking about things like veteran suicide. Veterans committing suicide because they're not receiving proper treatment or they're being ignored by their own government and the medical system that they're forced to work in is inadequate and ignores them and doesn't treat them properly. This is a national disgrace, and nobody wants to talk about it. It needs to be talked about. They need to be treated better than illegal aliens that get housing and welfare and government checks and are allowed to roam the country freely, even though they've committed a felony by crossing the border illegally. And yet our own veterans sleep under bridges and suffer from physical and mental ailments. It's a travesty. It's a disgrace. It needs to be talked about, but it never will be, not by this administration anyway. At least, a lot of people may think Orange Man bad and all that, but at least Orange Man was willing to talk about it and try and do something about it, even with a hostile Congress. So it needs to be talked about. Let's see. Rick Sanchez says keeping certain drugs illegal doesn't help veterans at all. Well, I'm not really much on the legalization of drugs, but it's heading in that direction. And, in some ways I don't see a problem with it, but, some of those drugs are pretty bad. I don't know that they should be legalized, but, marijuana, why not? I mean, hell, it's practically legal anyway. Anyone at the Slav Olympics will tell you that. Guys were blazing up at our hotel like it was legal, and the cops didn't care. So let's see. If Mr. Hogue, if you're asking me who am I picking to win the green jacket at the Masters, no idea. I don't follow golf at all. I have no idea who any of the golfers are, so I'm not a golf guy, so no idea. I mean, when I hear people talk about golf, I always speak up and I say, "Do you know why it's called golf?" And they say no, and I said because all the other four-letter words were taken. So anyway, it's been an hour since I've been on here, so I am going to do my traditional dropping of the link for the StreamYard. See if anybody else wants to come on and chat it up. Let's see. Sea Dog makes a good point. He says he knows a bunch of firefighters that have PTSD but don't want to get tested because they don't let you have guns. Well, I don't know if I would sacrifice my mental well-being over ownership of a firearm, but you know, if they're that dedicated to owning a firearm, who am I to judge? But for me personally, I'd rather have the mental health than the gun. Ideally, I'd like to have both, but I don't think I'd want to sacrifice my mental health for a gun. But that's me. Let's see. Raj, sir.
Yeah, Raj, Pops, how are you there, son?
Oh, not too bad, you know.
Yeah, we're talking about these veterans and all that stuff, but you know, the government don't give a flying fuck about the men and women that serve our country, and there's people out there who don't give a flying fuck. But you let a cop get stuck in a bad situation and shit hits the fan, you know, it's fucked up all the way around, man. I mean, our society has gotten to the point where it's stupid. I mean, we are getting lost in what we should be doing for these people. You know, I mean, it really is. I mean,
this goes back a long way. This goes back to the Vietnam era. Now, my grandfather, my mother's father, my grandpa, he was a World War II vet. He was in the medical corps, and he was stationed in India, of all places. And he said, and he worked for the VA for on and off for pretty much from the 50s all the way to to the late 80s when he finally retired. And he said to me more than once, he said, the VA used to really, really be good. I mean, it was really a great place for veterans. It was a great place for them to gather and be with each other and get really good medical care in a timely manner. And it worked really well up until Vietnam and the Johnson administration. And he just said it just seemed after that the Johnson administration wanted to concentrate more on Medicare and Medicaid and just didn't give a shit about the VA anymore. And of course, the attitude in the country back then by a good chunk of the country, of the public, was that the military was evil and the veterans were evil. They were all baby killers, and you know, they were out there destroying civilians, and every battle in Vietnam was the My Lai massacre thing, and on and on like that, all that garbage. It wasn't true, but the media made it true. The typical thing of if you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes a truth. Thank you, Herman Goebbels. And ever since then, the VA system has been a neglected pile of crap. I mean, it's just junk. The facility.
Well, that's why a lot of people, especially me being a truck driver, being as long as I have, it's been years and years ago. All these trucking companies went to automatic trucks, and that was because of veterans,
right?
Men and women. I mean, people come back with lost arms, lost legs, and they give these veterans a chance to have a living and to let them, make some money, and have a life. And I can't tell you how many friends I got I've known for years and years and years. They're veterans, and truck driving saved their life. If it wasn't for them getting on the road and getting their mind cleared and seeing new venues and meeting new people, I don't know if they'd be here. So, I mean, you got to understand there's a lot of places out there that's trying to help out veterans that are coming home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rough, man. I mean, like I said, I've got several friends that was in the military, and most of my family was in the military and are still in law enforcement. And it's fucked up, man, because you got to understand, man, people that's in the military and people that's in law enforcement, the divorce rate is absolutely astronomical. I mean, it's yeah. Oh yeah, it's like 75-80%, man. And these people that serve our country, these people that get up every morning to help us out, whether it be first aid, cops, I mean doctors, I mean these nurses, I mean the people that serve our country that come home and they see what's going on over here, and they're just like, I mean, I can't imagine what the fuck they're going through, because I mean, you got to realize, man, it's not like it used to be. We can't say what we can say anymore. We can't, we can't have an opinion anymore. It's done been stripped. I mean,
I guarantee. Hang on a minute. Two things real quick. Lost Aggie's in here. Good afternoon to you, sir. Lost Aggie is the guy who won that watch in my 50th stream giveaway. He got his watch. I think he's pretty happy with it. And Patrick Milbank is in here. He's over in the UK. He's one of my UK fans. And he wanted to know what I thought about Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Great Britain. Boris Johnson is sort of like their version of Trump. I think he's a character and a half. I think he's doing a pretty good job. I hope he can survive. Surviving in a parliamentary system is a hell of a lot harder than surviving in our system, where you have elections at a set time every 2 or 4 years. Boris Johnson can be thrown into a loop with a vote of no confidence at literally any point. So the fact that Johnson is able to hang on, being the guy he is and believing the way he does, speaks volumes to his skill as a politician. So I like Boris Johnson. I wish he was a little more conservative than he is. I mean, a British conservative isn't really a conservative per se, but I think he's a hell of a character. I think he's doing a pretty good job. So, but I always was of an advocate. I don't know if you heard about this, Jesse, back when Trump was in office, but he had proposed, I don't know if it actually went through or not. He had proposed that veterans should be issued special ID cards, medical insurance cards, so that they weren't restricted to going to the VAs, and that they could go to any hospital and get VA rates, like a Medicare card or a Medicaid card.
Yeah.
Medicaid's
it's like Medicaid card ID. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Medicaid is worthless, and I used to do medical billing, so I can tell you how worthless Medicaid is. But if you give seniors Medicare cards, they can go to any hospital or any outpatient facility, show the Medicare card, and get treated under and billed under Medicare. Why wouldn't that work for veterans? Issue them a VA. I mean, they have a little something like that. It's called TRICARE, but it's not very prevalent. Issue every veteran a card. Call it VA Medicare, or call it whatever, VA benefit card or whatever, and they can go to any hospital, any medical office, any outpatient facility, and show them the card. They get treated just like everybody else. They don't have to sit there and wait for a VA doctor at a VA facility, and let them get treated wherever they want. They get billed as a veteran. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's too simple, Saleen. I mean, that's above our pay grade there, son.
It's not above our pay grade. We're too smart for these goddamn bureaucrats. They don't want to. What it is it's a bureaucrat mentality. You give a bureaucrat power, and they will never give it up. That's why you never see. I mean, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Tennessee Valley Authority. Why was that established way back in the Depression days? TVA was established ostensibly to bring electricity to the Tennessee Valley, which didn't have it in great distribution. It was set up to build an electrical grid system to electrify the Tennessee Valley and your rural electrification. Well, son, that's been done for decades. I mean, that's so 1970s, but TVA continues to exist. Why? Its mission was fulfilled. Well, find a new mission, right? Yeah. Find something else to do, and they did. They found other things to do. So TVA continues to exist, even though its original purpose was completed decades ago. I'm sure you'd come up with other examples of that, but that's the one that always stuck out in my head. TVA. TVA's mission was completed decades ago, around when I was born. But it will continue to exist because you cannot kill a bureaucracy. Reagan wanted to kill the Department of Education. What was the Department of Education set up for? To nationalize education standards, which by definition are under the 10th Amendment to the Constitution, because education wasn't established as a federal power in the Constitution. It falls under the 10th Amendment, which is those powers not delegated to the federal level are reserved for the states or to the people. That's why education traditionally was a state function. The Department of Education was established to federalize it. Reagan wanted to kill it. He couldn't. They fought him every chance they got. Department of Energy was another one. It was established under, I think it was under Nixon, maybe under Carter. It's worthless. It's a worthless organization. It doesn't do anything. We don't have a national energy policy. We never had one. We still don't. But yet the Department of Energy still exists. Why? You established a bureaucracy. You can't kill it. They live forever. They say there's no such thing as immortality. I beg to differ. Bureaucracies are the definition of immortality. How the hell did we get on this subject, Jesse? What is wrong with me? How you doing, Bacon Ninjet? Hi, good to see you. Patrick Milbank served in the Royal Navy. Well, even though we're all of us here are not British and we're not subjects of the UK, we thank you for your service, sir. Raj. Because, hey, Royal Navy is part of NATO. NATO helps defend the world, right? Jesse?
I think one reason why we get on these you get on these rants is because I think, you feel the same way about stuff, and a lot of people don't.
Well, I notice a lot of people. I'm going to blame Big Dog Brett on this one because he brought up the veteran. Well, he brought up the 22. He brought up the 22 push-ups, and he triggered me to. Well, not triggered. Me and you,
hell, even we could talk all day about this stuff. You know that.
Oh yeah.
I just get a little irritated, when a lot of people don't respect and don't give the dues that's deserved.
No, the respect is something that seems to have gone out of our society. It's not that okay. It's not that I'm out in the world. I do actually leave my house. Believe it or not, I really do. I do have. Though I do have this when I leave my house. So I do leave my house, but I have this on so I don't make people angry. Or maybe I do. I get some funny looks. I
told you to keep that in your car just in case you get mud butt.
Well, I bring it from the car to here so I can wear it on the stream. And, if there's any snowflakes in here, it'll make them crazy. But I usually don't seem to attract a lot of snowflakes. So that's a good thing. But I leave the house and I don't personally get disrespect heaped upon me personally, but I see it every day. I mean, I see it, and I see like, men, young people or younger people going into stores or out of stores, and they go through a door, and there's an old person either coming in or going out right behind them. They don't hold the door open for them.
Yeah, I see it every day.
I see it. People are in parking lots. They come out of a store, and they're crossing the parking lot, and there's people in the cars, and the people in the cars are like right up on them, like they're running up on them, and then jamming the brakes on. And it's like, what are you trying to do? Scare them? I mean, stop the car. They're a pedestrian, and then they shout out the window, "Oh, move your ass!"
Yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I think it was like on a Saturday night or whatever.
Well, fuck.
My wife wanted. We were sitting there on the couch, and Ethan says, "Daddy, I want Arby's." I said, "All right, that sounds good." And my wife goes, "Well, I'll go. Let's go to Arby's and get supper." So I told my mother-in-law, I said, "Watch the kids right quick. We're gonna go get supper." And right behind us was a cop, and I told the lady at the door at the window, I said, "I'm paying for that guy's meal behind me or whatever." And about 5 minutes later, I guess it was, I really wasn't paying attention. I just saw a cop car. I got pulled over, and I pulled over, or my wife pulled over. She says, "What the hell did I do?" I said, "Hell, I don't know, pull over." And the dude got out and thanked me. He said, "Was that you that bought my supper?" I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "That was us." He said, "Well, I want to tell you thank you." I said, "No, sir, I want to tell you thank you for what you do." And yeah, he was a good dude, man. He says, "I appreciate it, man." He said, "I ain't had nothing to eat all day." He said, "It's been a long shift." He said, "We've been real busy." And when y'all seen that video with me ranting on Hardee's because they wouldn't serve me because I have a mask, later on that afternoon, there's a good old barbecue joint. Me and my brother, we love to go and eat because they got the damn best Brunswick stew and all that stuff. And an older fellow was in there. He had his veteran's hat on, Vietnam veteran or whatever. So I said, "Come talk to me, Pops." And we started talking or whatever. And I said, "Come on, sit on beside us over here." I said, "Come sit down over here." I said, "You want what you want or whatever." And he was like, "Well, I want to get the same thing." And they all know his name or whatever. I said, "Man, I want to pick this man's tab up or whatever." Hell, we sat there for 2 hours talking to that dude. Me and my brother did. I wish I would have recorded it. I said, I didn't give a shit where I had to go, what I had to do that day. I just wanted to sit and talk to that dude.
Yeah, I have. I've only done it twice, but both times were at the same Chick-fil-A near my house. Right behind me, both times was a Sarasota County sheriff. And I don't have any friends on the force. I do have a couple of friends on the Manatee County Sheriff's Department force because they're car guys. They're in my car group. But both times I bought. I did the same thing. I was in line in front of them, and I said to a lady at the drive-thru, I said, "I'm paying for the policeman behind me, so put him on my bill." And and it's funny. Both times I was in the Mustang, and both times they pulled me over, and I just thought, oh, what did I do now? It's like, and both times they pulled me over to thank me. It's like,
yeah.
And both times I end up talking to them about 15, 20 minutes.
Yes, how it was. My wife was like looking at me. She's like, "What did I do?" And I said, "Well, maybe he's stopping us to thank us or something." We pulled over, and he got out of the car, and he said, did y'all buy my meal for me?" I said, "Yes, sir, I did," or whatever. Nicest dude I've ever met. And I said, "I've seen you around a few times or whatever." I said, you get up early like I do." I said, "I've seen you in town about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning." He said, "Yeah, I try to start around 3. And his shift's from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. And he was stopping to get him some lunch or whatever. He was a good dude, man. He's like I said, we stopped and talked or whatever. I said, "Have you ever seen me come through town?" Where I said, "I'm the truck driver coming through town hauling that big ass pipe and structures and stuff." He said, "Oh yeah, I've seen you come down here 2 or 3 times." And I'm telling you, man,
police officers are very professional.
Oh, yeah.
They're very good dudes. If you get them in a relaxed situation, they're just like everybody else. It's like, but most people unfortunately, and I encourage people to make friends with the police and meet them when they're not in a situation where they're walking up on your car and they've got one hand on their hip and one hand and their body's twisted in such a way to minimize their aspect and all that, and they're all tensed up because they're wondering, okay, this is the next guy that is rolling his window down, got a gun and is going to pop me. So, you know, that's how most people encounter the police. It's when they're on the business end of a traffic stop or whatever reason. It's a situation. You know, I got to tell you, the three Manatee County Sheriff deputies, well, one's a major, the other two are deputies. The three guys I know on the Manatee County force, I see them all the time at these car cruise-ins and everything. One of them's got a badass C3 Corvette with a motor in it that I swear to you makes enough power to alter the rotation of the earth. And he is a major gearhead. And he's in traffic enforcement, which I find ironic. And I was kidding him about that. These guys are great guys. They're regular folks. They like sports. They like cars. They eat the same as we do. They talk the same as we do. They're regular folks. It's just that their job happens to be a job where at any minute they can get killed. There's a lot of jobs like that, but they can get killed by another person. So that's kind of a unique job. It gives them a unique perspective on things. And you got to treat these guys and gals proper. You know, treat them with respect. They'll treat you with respect.
Yeah.
And
if you go up 85 or whatever, and you see Jimmy Carter Boulevard, you get off and you see, I'm not going to say the name, but you'll see the name on the bridge right there in the road. That's dedicated after one of my good friends' dad. He was killed when I think my buddy was he was a kid, but he was doing a routine traffic stop, and a driver came over the bridge and hit him, killed him. So, but yeah, it's right there. You can see the name when you come up over on Jimmy Carter Boulevard on 85 right there.
Yeah.
But
I haven't been to Jimmy Carter Boulevard in a long time.
Yeah, but they named that bridge and that little bypass right there after him. It's been a long. It's like I said, it's back a long time ago in the early '80s. But yeah, what's going on, Vic?
I think I know which bridge you're talking about now. Mike Vick is here.
Yeah. What's up, Saleen? What's up, Jesse?
Yeah, Rod, Vic.
Yeah.
How the hell are you, brother?
Good.
What's new, sir?
Nothing.
I only got 6 thumbs ups. I had 9. How did that drop so fast?
And then how many thumbs downs do you have?
2. Come on, guys. Click the thumbs up button. Give me, show me some love here. I got 20 people in here. I only got 6.7. Come on, show a little love to the old man, please.
Yeah, give him some love. Yeah.
And stay out of the bathroom.
I guarantee it's because when me and you get in here and start talking all this other mess, they don't care for it. So it's probably me in here.
Nah, everyone loves you. Come on, man.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people fucking can't stand me talking on there.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. You should see the messages I get. Apollo Man is here. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Some of the I have a lot of keywords, because when you do streams or put up videos, you can set up in your comment section, you can set up words that get the comments flagged for it gets put into a separate area where they have to be approved by me first. I have a fairly extensive list. I think it's up to about 100 words or phrases that automatically get a comment put aside for review. You should see some of the shit that never gets onto my comment section. It's
I can imagine.
Some of it's directed at you. I gotta admit, some of it's directed at you, Jesse. A couple of comments about Mike Vick, which were unkind, to say the least. A lot of them directed to me. Obviously, it's my channel. Believe it or not, a couple of really anti-female comments directed at Pizza Woman. Big Dog Brett's gotten his share of crap. That was mostly because remember that one stream we had where me and Lou and Brett were talking about medical insurance. My God, the amount of comments that generated. I mean, you know, the stuff about Lou is the typical stuff about Lou, but man, they had a hard on for Brett. You know, they lambasted. That shit never got published. I guarantee it. Sea Dog, nobody's ever said anything bad about you.
You know, they keyboard mongols, you know what I'm saying? They got big ass balls typing that keyboard, but they won't come in here and say it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, keyboard warriors are the best kind. And there's so many of them too. I mean, you know, BVD's gotten his share of crap on my channel.
I can imagine the shit they say about me on there.
Oh, you know, come on, you've heard it all before, you know. Let's see. I'll give you some of the milder ones, you know, fat, redneck, you know, hillbilly. A couple of comments about your wife, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing serious.
Yeah, I don't really get any of those keyboard warriors on my channel.
No. And I'm just a little channel. I've only got you know, I'm still right under 1,850 subs. You know, I'm a little channel and I get pretty good smattering of crap. You know, you know, at the end of all my videos that I put up on my channel, I always say, hey, I read them all. My comments, I read them all. I respond to them all. I delete the ones with the links that send people to the bad places, and I delete all the garbage. And I block those. I block the commenters. My block list is beginning to look as long as Uncle Lou's. I'm a watch channel, for God's sake. I mean, you know, come on, man. But I'm opinionated, so I generate my fair share of stuff. Yep, everyone's saying the same thing. Type. Yeah, type, you know. It doesn't bother me. I mean, only one time in my life have I ever, you know, been walking along or out there in the public in the world and someone shouted out, "Hey, SaleenDriver." You know, local to me here in my town. And it was a sub. I won't say his name. And you know, he's a good dude. We sat around, talked for a while. He's a good dude. But I, you know, other than the Slob Olympics, I never met anyone who was a subscriber to my channel. How's it going, Mr. Hogue? Hello, Earth to Hogue. Never mind. He'll come in. Or did my mic fail on me? Is this on? Is anybody?
Yeah, you're fine. It's on his end.
No.
By the way.
Yes.
Well,
what's up, P-Dub?
Well, fuck. We can't catch a break. Why couldn't it have been D-Rob?
What?
Talking about Mike Vick.
Oh. All right.
His video he made.
Oh, Mike Vick just went silent, so wonder what he's doing.
Hope he didn't drop his phone.
I hope he didn't drop a deuce.
What's that? Did y'all say something about me?
P-Dub said something.
Quoting, P-Dub was quoting me. Yeah.
Apollo Man asks a good question. Am I affected by the Manatee County hazard situation? No, I'm not. No. For those of you who don't know, this area of Florida, among all the other things they're known for, we are known for being one of the biggest producers of phosphate in the world. Phosphate is used in making fertilizer, which we create phosphate for fertilizer production, and we export it all over the world. And there are a lot of phosphate mines in Central Florida. Most of them are north of me, between me and say Tampa, and east out towards Plant City and Lake City and Bartow and those areas. They refer to it as the Bone Valley. Big railroad presence there. CSX is a big presence out there. One of the abandoned phosphate mines, and one thing about phosphate production and mining is, Raj, it produces a lot of wastewater. And it's a very nutrient-rich wastewater. There's a lot of nutrients in it, which are fertilizer-like nutrients. And you got to do something with that water because you can't just dump it into the water system. You'll get, because it has such a high level of nutrients, and with all the sunlight we get around here, you'll get a huge algae bloom in the middle of your water supply. So there are a lot of holding ponds around the area that are dammed up, and they hold the water. I mean, hundreds of millions of gallons of water. And one of these ponds, one of these retention ponds, the earthen dam around the pond started to disintegrate for reasons. They don't know the reasons yet. And it's north of me. It's well north of me. It wasn't going to affect me. But it did shut down US 41 through the area, and it threatened about 300 odd homes, where if that dam had let go, they said there would have been a 20-foot high wall of water would have rushed out and destroyed all these homes. So they evacuated the homes, they evacuated businesses, they evacuated the area. They just sounded the all clear last night, and they said, we've pumped out enough water from this reservoir that it's now safe for the people to return, and the threat of the dams blowing out is mitigated. But the problem is all that water had to go somewhere. And unfortunately, it went into the Hillsborough River and surrounding waterways, and now that's all being dumped into Tampa Bay, and that's going to flow out into the Gulf of Mexico eventually. So they are predicting a very large algae bloom in the Tampa area and south, which will affect Manatee and Sarasota County waterways down the line. So we don't know what all the environmental damage will be going forward. We just know now that that pond isn't going to collapse and destroy a bunch of homes and kill a bunch of people. But now we don't know what the water that water is going to do to the water system in the area. So it could be a long summer for the west coast of Florida if things don't go right.
Damn. Well, I hope everything gets better down there.
Well, depending on where the water goes, it hopefully could get diluted eventually. But you definitely want to. You definitely don't want this water, this algae bloom to get too big. So I don't know what they're going to do next. They're still formulating plans on how to deal with this, but they were trying to, I mean, people are the most important thing. They don't want people killed because of this. So
it's fucking umpires calling everything under the fucking sun for Washington but the fucking Braves are throwing the same fucking pitches, and he ain't calling shit.
Oh, you must be watching a baseball game.
Yeah, I got double screen. I'm watching. I'm on the screen, but I'm watching the Braves at the same time.
Uncle Lou's here. Good to see you, Mr. Lou, as always, although I thought you were on vacation. Of course, Uncle Lou immediately jumps in with Florida is a disaster. And then he says, man can't affect the environment, sir. Keep it 100%. Okay. I've learned, it didn't take me very long to learn this, but I have learned arguing with Uncle Lou about pretty much anything is a lose-lose proposition. So I just kind of virtually kind of pat Lou on the head and say, okay. But that's one of the reasons I love being I love being on Uncle Lou's Facebook, being a friend of his on Facebook, because I get to see the stuff he posts on Facebook that, I mean, it's just he posts stuff that I guarantee you he's posting it just to trigger people and get a reaction. And then I just get my popcorn and I sit back and, just eat the popcorn and wait for the reactions and then just watch Lou take them apart. Or maybe Lou doesn't take them apart. He just, maybe somebody will post something and then Lou will post like a 3-word reply. And then the guy will come back with stuff to refutate what Lou said. And then Lou will just keep repeating it. And then the guy will come back with more stuff. And then Lou keeps repeating his answer. And just watch the poor sap on the other end just, tie himself in knots trying to prove Lou wrong. And he may very well have proven Lou wrong. But Lou isn't going to admit he's wrong. He's just going to keep repeating himself to make the guy, just at this point, he's trolling the poor guy. And the poor guy he's probably a smart guy in real life. He's probably a very smart guy. But he thinks he's gonna pound Lou into the ground with facts and logic and whatever. And I said, sir, it's not gonna happen.
He ain't winning that battle, is it? They don't want that smoke, do they?
No, but it's fun to watch. So.
Well, they got a stroke one time.
What'd you say?
She said something one time.
P-Dub.
Well, they got the stroke one time.
Huh?
Tell me about a stroke.
Stroke what one time?
It's a law type thing.
Yeah, he said stroke something one time.
I don't know.
So
okay, stroke one time. I don't know. But, but Lou's a good dude. But he knows he's one of those people that has a specific talent on how to get a rise out of somebody and then keep pushing that button. He got me with the anthem thing. I got to admit, he got me good with the anthem thing. He pushed my button pretty good, but,
Yeah, that's something they can do pretty good, ain't it?
Well, he's good at it, but that's what makes him successful. So,
yep,
can't hit him for that.
No, you can't.
Let's see what's going on in the comment section. Rick Sanchez says something. I stay committed to the Second Amendment for those types. I don't know what those types are, but I don't know. Lost Aggie said, Raj, we all like you. So I think he was referring back to something else there. But Lost Aggie likes you there, Jesse. Mike Hogue says, he says, I'm here but can't hear you in StreamYard. Well, sometimes StreamYard can be funny like that. I don't know. How much is StreamYard now? Jesse? I know you pay.
It's $25 a month.
25.
But you can do it
month?
annually for $260. So I just paid for the whole year. But you can get the free version. You know, the free version is good, but you know,
I'm using the free version. Yes, it suits my needs now. But you know, if I got to be too big, I should have such bad luck, right? But if I got too big, I'd probably go.
I just bought it because you know I could get more people in there, that I could do banners and pictures and shit.
Yeah. Oh, Lou says he's back on. He's back for the morning show tomorrow. So yeah, everyone here, make sure you're at the morning show tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. ish. I'll manage to be there. I haven't been on a morning show in forever, or listened to a morning show in forever, but I'm kind of missing it, you know.
Yeah, I have. I know that.
You got to have that in the morning to wake up to. Let's see. Lou says, everyone on my Facebook page quit watching baseball 5 days ago and have spent the last 4 days posting about how bad the Braves are. I beg to differ, sir. I quit watching baseball decades ago because the game is boring, and I don't give a shit how bad the Braves are. I was never an Atlanta fan anyway. When I did watch baseball, it was as a kid, and I was living in Boston at the time, so obviously I was a Red Sox fan. I was so happy when the Red Sox finally won the World Series, and what was it? 07, I guess. I can't remember. But I was happy that the curse of the Bambino was lifted and I could stop hearing about it. But after that, I just went on with my life. I was living in Atlanta in 1995 when the Braves won the World Series, and I remember the town went bonkers. So that was nice to see. It was it's fun to watch, but
the Red Sox won the World Series in 2019. So
yeah, but when was it? When was the one that they broke the losing streak? Was it 07 or was it 04? I thought it was 07.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, now I'm curious. Now I have to look it up.
Sox. Yeah, I'm not a Red Sox fan. So
okay, hang on. Let's see. Well, thank you for telling me that. I don't care about that, right? Okay.
although I was rooting for the Red Sox.
Wait a minute. It was 04. Yeah, 03, 04 is Kurt Schilling. Red Sox swept the Cardinals in the 04 World Series. To add to a final surreal touch to the Boston championship season, it was a total lunar eclipse. And okay, yeah. So 04 was when they finally won the World Series and broke the curse. Okay, so there you go. And Mike Vick drops away while I'm looking that up. Okay. Let's see. P Digits is here. How you doing, sir? I don't know why. Why does P Digits always come in here and say Finkel is Einhorn? I know what the reference is. It's that it's from Pet Detective.
Yeah, Ace Ventura. Yeah.
Yeah, which was the last decent funny movie that he made.
I was really disappointed in the movies on the Morning Wood, the comedies, top 5 comedies. I was really disappointed in what they picked.
They should have picked Office Space.
Oh, I thought that was a good movie. Office Space was funny.
Well,
I mean,
they didn't have Blazing Saddles in there. They didn't have Tropic Thunder. You know, they didn't have Pootie Tang. I mean, they didn't have a lot of ones in there. I thought was going to come up. But
now, Blazing Saddles is a classic.
That's my all-time favorite comedy ever.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Mine too.
Mel Brooks
you could never make that movie again.
Oh, hell no. You cannot make that movie ever.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah. To me, one of my funniest parts is when they're riding the horses and that toll comes and he's, oh, shit, we got to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
The best two scenes in that movie were back to back. The wagon train scene and the campfire scene. The wagon train scene to me is all-time classic Mel Brooks.
Well, they didn't have Easy Money on there with the, Joe Pesci and Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's an all-time classic.
They had absolutely no Adam Sandler movies whatsoever.
I bet you they didn't have the original Smokey and the Bandit. That was funny.
Yeah,
no, they didn't have
the
that
Bandit
either.
on there, nothing. Yeah.
Vic turned his camera on.
Yeah, my phone died.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, that's why I got cut off. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have Dumb and Dumber on there, which is, I mean, that's a pretty good one. But I mean,
I didn't like Dumb and Dumber that much. I really didn't.
For comedy, though, I mean,
yeah, Jim Carrey started out really, really funny, and he stayed funny for a while, but then he just, I don't know, something happened to him. He lost his mind. Obviously, I mean, you see his interviews lately. He's lost his damn mind. But right around like Pet Detective 2, he started, definitely at some point he jumped the shark. But
well, I mean, Tropic Thunder is probably one of my favorite damn. I mean, if you don't watch that damn movie and laugh your ass off, I mean that shit is like, well, Robert Downey Jr.
I gotta admit, I have never seen Tropic Thunder.
Yeah,
you gotta watch that movie.
Jr.
Now,
but he was playing a black guy.
Yeah, I've seen the clips of Tom Cruise, as Les Grossman or whatever.
Yeah.
I've seen those clips out of Tropic Thunder, but I haven't seen the whole movie. Yeah, and how did they? And there's no way they could get away with a white guy being dressed up as a black guy now.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's absolutely fucking the most hilarious shit you'll ever watch in your life.
Yeah,
I mean,
I better watch it before they cancel it.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was in blackface.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Now you see, Sea Dog's got the right attitude right there. He's playing out the Eastbound and Down lyrics. Now, I loved Smokey and the Bandit. That is still one of my all-time favorites.
Well, another good comedy that people realize is kind of a musical comedy, but The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas with Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton.
Yeah, that was that one. Although seeing Burt Reynolds in a banana hammock, that bothered me a little bit. But whatever. Every time I see Burt Reynolds in a movie, though, the first thing that pops into my head is Criminal. But I get over it.
Why? What's Criminal?
He went to Florida State.
Oh, okay. So he is a criminal. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Burt Reynolds went to Florida State.
Yeah, he went to Florida State.
He is a criminal.
I did not know that.
He is a criminal. Now look who's about to be popped into the stream. It is the dub of Jay.
The first thing I'm gonna do when I get home is
punch your
mama in the mouth.
Right in the mouth.
There's no way you came from my loins.
Yep.
Now the best line out of that whole sequence was, "I'm gonna barbecue your ass in molasses."
Put the evidence in the car. But Daddy, I said put the evidence in the car.
Yeah. Duck, are you gonna be talking out your ass?
He said, Daddy, the top came off.
Game. You stay and watch the game. I'm gonna go back.
He said, Daddy, the top came off. No shit.
Yeah. My hat
funny as
fell
fuck,
off. Too bad your head wasn't in it.
Yeah. He said, I need a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Yeah. That's just a classic all the way around. You know, Saleen, you were mentioning Reynolds at Florida State, where he did play on the football team. He was a defensive back, and he had a roommate, a college roommate, who also ended up being some kind of a celebrity or an athlete or something. And I can't remember who it is. You'd have to Google it, I guess. But I mean, much like Al Gore and Tommy Lee Jones were actual real roommates at Harvard, Reynolds had some roommate at Florida State who ended up being
Hang on, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I for the life of me, I can't remember who it is.
Lee Corso.
Oh, really? The coach, Lee Corso.
Wow.
Okay.
Really?
Yep. Lee Corso was roommate of Burt Reynolds at Florida State.
Reynolds. Okay. Yep.
The two played college football at Florida State.
Yeah.
Piece of woman, I hear you. He's Daddy. Why he needs all that beer for? He's thirsty, dummy. My favorite part's when they pull up to the Coors place and they start unloading. He said, now tell him to send the bill to Big Enos Burdett. He says, how you spell it? He says, B-E-R-B. Hell, I got to get out of here. You got to get the hell out of there.
I could drive.
Where do you find a pair of suits in a dwarf and a 64 extra fat?
I say it must be a bitch finding parachutes and a dwarf size 12.
That movie's a fucking classic, man. Even when shit, man, that damn movie is a fucking. Jerry Reed says, "Hey, Bandit, nice ass," and she says, "Hey, thank you." You know, just fucking little snippets of that movie's hilarious.
Now you see, people used to make fun of me because I used to buy movies on DVD or Blu-ray all the time. They say, you can stream that stuff now. Why are you taking up all that space in your house with DVDs and Blu-ray? Because they're fucking canceling those movies and you can't see them anymore.
Yeah, that's
right.
a good reason to have them.
Because I got them in my house.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can watch Blazing fucking Saddles anytime I want, day or night, 365 days a year, because I own the sumbitch.
Yeah,
and they can't take it away from me.
Yeah, I
bought Blazing Saddles. I can't tell you how many years ago. It's the uncut version, and I paid like $25 for it. And I will never ever get rid of it. Anytime I get where I'm bored, I need a good laugh. I pop that bitch in every time, and it just makes my mood 10 times better.
Smokey and the Bandit would have been on my list. I would have put Monty Python and the Holy Grail on the list. I would have had probably the Blues Brothers and the first one.
Yeah, Blues Brothers is a good one.
And of course, oh my God, Animal House.
Oh, Animal House.
Well, I said Easy Money. I mean, that's one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Are you kidding me? Joe Pesci and Rodney Dangerfield, that was a classic fucking movie.
I gotta watch that movie.
When the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, he's on a roll.
I gotta watch Easy Money again because I can't place that.
Oh, that is hilarious! Are you talking? The best scene is when they go to the mall, and you know the old lady's like, "Can we help you?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're just browsing." He says, "She says, well, you don't look like browsers." And Joe Pesci says, "Well, I'm half browser on his mother's side." You gotta watch that shit, man. It's hilarious as hell.
Oh, Porky, the boys from Angel Beach are here.
Oh, yeah.
And Porky's is a great comedy.
Now, Porky's 1 and 3 were okay, but Porky's 2 was a disaster.
Yeah, see, and I'm Blues Brothers. Blues Brothers always had a soft spot in my heart for me because of of family and friend connections to Chicago. So there are a lot of. That movie is full of a lot of inside, like under the table Chicago jokes and geographical jokes. Like they talk about they're going to this place, or they say, well, we're blah blah blah, and then they show the scene and where they say they're at or where they show is nowhere near where they say they're at. That's all funny. About the only thing that they do actually get right is they do get the address of Wrigley Field right.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Hogue pulls out a good one. Spaceballs. I like that.
It's good, but it ain't
is
like
a good one.
It's not my favorite.
To me, I mentioned Young Frankenstein. You mentioned Blazing Saddles. The thing
Young Frankenstein is a fucking to me. That's better than
Young Frankenstein.
History of the World. History of the World. The Mel Brooks movies are, to me, almost like a specialty. Either you get it and you think it's funny, or it annoys the hell out of you.
Abby
Mel
Normal
Brooks movies, I get.
I grabbed the one you said, Abby Normal. You grabbed the wrong brain.
You got an abnormal brain.
If you ever watch the end of History of the World Part 1, and you watch that sequence with the Jews are in space, hysterical. You gotta watch
oh my God, it's a whole field of Roman red.
Man, his comic, I don't get how his brain works, but the shit he pulled, there is no way, like me and Saleen just said earlier, there is no way in hell. And if people have never seen Blazing Saddles, a lot of people would be fucking irate. They would be so mad because if you watch the uncut version, that shit would not fucking fly these days at all.
No, you couldn't get the cut version on
Certainly
TV.
not.
Yeah.
You could not get the cut version. You couldn't, if you tried to edit Blazing Saddles now for TV in the woke age, the damn thing would run about 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The
even
entire campfire scene would be cut.
I mean, Tropic Thunder's not an old movie. I mean, it's not, but maybe a little over 10 years old. I mean, watch that movie. That movie right there could never, ever. There's nobody that would ever recreate that movie because of what's going on these days. Watch that movie and you're going to laugh your fucking ass off. It is fucking hilarious.
You couldn't make, you would never even get filmed. You never even get cast TV shows like All in the Family, The Jeffersons, The Good Times, Barney Miller, Soap. None of that stuff would even get past.
Soap wouldn't even make it past the initial run of the board.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've got a gay character, you've got a mentally disturbed character, there's no way. Barney Miller, every character in Barney Miller was a racial stereotype. You had Wojciech Hodge, the Polish, the Polish. You had Ron Harris, the uptown black detective. You had Dietrich. They were all But
Barney Miller,
you know what it was, Saleen? You know what it was? People at that time thought it was a better use of their energy to laugh at our differences and the silliness than it was to spend this more energy being pissed off about when those things were pointed out.
Oh, Rick Sanchez brings up a good one. Monty Python's Life of Brian. Brian.
Biggest dickus.
Oh, and I saw in the comments someone mentioned the History of the World Part 1. That's a good one.
Oh, that was a great movie.
The Inquisition. What a show. The Inquisition. Here we go.
We're on a mission to convert the Jews. And then you have the whole Esther Williams sequence after that.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition. Amongst our cheap weapons are surprise, fear, and a... Wait a minute. I'll come back in again.
Nice red uniforms.
Yeah. We'll put her in a comfy chair.
Well, like I was telling Saleen earlier, I mean, one of my favorites that I watched was with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds, the best little whorehouse in Texas. That couldn't be remade these days.
Yeah, no, you couldn't. I have all that movie. I have almost all the movies we're talking about. I have them all on DVD or Blu-ray. Yeah. And I am so glad that I made that investment because all that shit's canceled now. And you play hell trying to find it on a streaming service.
Yeah.
Come over to my house.
Oh, I know. I got all of them too, but you know what? They'll sit there and scream Hellraiser and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but anything that's got to do with anything else, they won't do it.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of the cancel culture. It makes me want to puke.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what's bad is the movie Life never got mentioned. That is probably one of the funniest fucking movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Life. Now, wait a minute. That sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, it's got Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in it. That shit is fucking hilarious.
I don't remember that one. I got to admit, I don't remember that one.
Watch it. That shit is hilarious.
I got to find it first.
It's funny as hell, and trust me, you'll laugh like it's a good movie.
Oh well. But on that note, though, it is now after 5, and I have to wrap up because I got things to do for the evening portion of my day. So I gotta head on out. I hate to do that to everybody.
No, you good, brother.
If everyone on their way out if everyone on their way out of the chat and everybody could click that thumbs up for me, that would be really nice. It would really help me out. But I am going to shut the stream down because I have things to do. But I appreciate everyone stopping by on another Wednesday with me. It's always nice to see. And becoming my regular cast of characters on here. Raj is here and Well Fuck is here. You should put that down in your name there, Mike Vick, instead of your name. You should put Well Fuck.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Say it for one time.
What? Well, fuck.
There you go.
There we are.
I don't have any way of creating a stinger.
Now my day is complete.
Yeah,
my day is complete too.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I know you're going to end the stream, but leave me and J-Dub in here. I ain't hollered at him in a while. I like to holler at him for a few minutes.
All right.
I personally wouldn't mind that either.
All right, you guys can stay on, but I'm going to shut my end down. So I want to thank everyone for stopping by. We'll do it all again next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Look at my calendar. I don't have any plans.
Be there, be square.
All right, so I'm going to end the broadcast, and y'all have a good rest of the evening. And I'll see you around.
All right, Pop. See you later.
See ya.
See you guys
Yes,
and gals.
Pops.